Alright, so hi guys. Um I am doing my weekly sports news. I am on I'm live on Twitch and I go live on Twitch 7:30ish. Today's a little bit later. Today's 7:34. Um but today's sports news. This is episode 16, and so let's jump right into it. It's going to be the majority football, but there will be one quick thing that's baseball, and we're going to start off with the baseball. The Cleveland Indians are going to change their name, but it might not be for the 2021 season. They might stick with the Indians and then change it during the 2021 offseason. Yeah. So, um, the Indians are changing their name, and so let's move on to football. Um, the Rams beat the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. Sorry, 24-3. Cam Akers showed that he's really the lead back for the Rams, and he had 29 carries for 171 yards. So that's a lot of carries and a lot of yards for Akers. And so it looks like he's going to be the lead back for the Rams. And it's like it looks like they're going more and more away from Henderson and Brown, and it's going to be Akers. Cardinals stopped slide with a 26-7 win over the Giants. The Bears, they demolished the Texans 36-7. David Montgomery had 113 yards and a touchdown. Allen Robinson had 123 receiving yards and a touchdown. The Cowboys beat the Bengals in Andy Dalton's return to Cincinnati. They beat the Bengals 30-7. The Chiefs hold off the Dolphins, clinch the AFC West. They beat the Dolphins 33-27. The Chiefs are 12-1. Their one loss being to the Raiders. And the Titans, they beat the Jaguars 31-10. Derrick Henry has an absolute monster game. He had 26 carries, 215 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That is a lot of. Henry has had a lot of games over 100 yards, and he's had a few in his career when he was over 200, which is a very impressive feat, considering the NFL is a pass first league. So there is teams typically teams are going to throw the ball before they run the ball. Um, Colts beat the Raiders 44-27. After that game, the Raiders fired their defensive coordinator. Jonathan Taylor has 20 carries for 150 yards. 150, sorry. That might have sounded like 115, but he had 150 yards. And 2 touchdowns. So the Seahawks, they demolish the Jets 40-3. The Jets obviously stay winless. Packers beat the Lions 31-24. Jalen Hurts leads the Eagles as they stun the Saints 24-21. Justin Herbert leads the Chargers past the Falcons. So both teams are now 4-9. Herbert has 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. Um, the um, the Steelers dropped their second game in a row with a 26-15 loss to the Bills. Um, and Stephon Diggs played extremely well. He had 10 catches 130 yards and a touchdown. The Ravens beat the Browns in a great game, 47-42. Last night on Monday Night Football. Lamar Jackson, he had 9 carries for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. So very impressive for Lamar Jackson. And he didn't even play every single series for the Ravens because he left the game with cramps. Um, so that's it for the NFL. And we just got a question that came in from, um, so we just got a question that came in, and it was, who do you think will be in the final game, which is the Super Bowl, in February? If I had to pick someone to represent the AFC, I would go with the Chiefs. And the NFC, the NFC is a little bit tougher, but I would either go with that is very tough. Um, hmm, maybe the Saints or the Packers? Probably the Saints, but great question. Um, very good question. Thank you for asking it. So over to college football. Um, Vanderbilt has hired Notre Dame defensive coordinator Clark Lee. I think that's how you say his name. So bad news for Notre Dame fans, and if anyone doesn't know, I'm a Notre Dame fan. Because they've had an extremely good defense, and hopefully he can stay with the team throughout the playoffs and like the bowl games. Because Notre Dame, we all know Notre Dame's gonna make the playoff regardless of what happens with Clemson. Um, so Alabama demolishes Arkansas 52-3. Um, and Alabama, um, yeah. So LSU beats Florida. Well, they upset Florida, 37-34. North Carolina runs over Miami, 62-26. Doesn't really seem like a football score. And North Carolina hit a very impressive feat. They had 2 running backs over 200 yards, not 100, 200 yards. So they had Michael Carter. He had 24 carries for 308 yards. If that was in the NFL, he would have set the record for the most rushing yards in a single NFL game. And Javonte Williams, he had 23 carries for 236 yards. So very very impressive for North Carolina. Um, and then so tonight the latest edition of the college football rankings, and this is the last one before the last one that determines the teams in the playoffs. Um, the top 5 have not changed. It's still Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State, and then Texas A&M. I am really mad at the Big Ten for changing the rule that allows Ohio State to play in the Big Ten championship, because you should not be allowed to change a rule during the middle of the season. I find it rather ridiculous. But um, really, it's because it was Ohio State. If it weren't Ohio State or Michigan, then they wouldn't have changed it. I'm still furious about that. You should not be allowed to change a rule in the middle of a season. And then, okay, so that's it. But I'm going to do a video like this, a live stream on Thursday about the NFL playoff picture, Friday about a conference championship preview, and I'm going to do a video, like another live stream on Saturday with my fantasy football predictions and like preview. So, thank you for watching, and yeah, so thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Um, and this will be uploaded to YouTube and Rumble very soon. And we have one more question. Have they ever changed a rule in the middle of a season before? Great question. I'm actually not sure. I will do some research on that and get back to you either Thursday or Friday. So, great question. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and comment questions. Goodbye.